Hey everybody, it's Randy with Carkeology, and now that I'm back from the Monterey trip, I wanted to get back on the 56 Ford project. I'm really thrilled that the views of the first couple videos of this have been very strong. It seems like all of you are quite excited about this project, and that sort of stuff really fires me up to be excited about it myself. So let me do a quick walk around, tell you some of the stuff that I've learned and some of the stuff that's planned for it very quickly. So again, I'm really thrilled that you guys are all digging this project. I think it's going to be a super fun one, a neat car to bring to life. As I've mentioned before, I've always loved these 50s Fords. My wife and I, when we first got together, we had a 55 Ford Custom Line. That was a great little car. We did a pinstriping class together, and we used that as our test vehicle for striping a whole bunch of stuff. And this one, well, this is sort of the family version of it, and it's a significantly more deluxe model than what we had back then. So as you have mentioned, or many people have mentioned, the car looks like it's really straight and really complete, which is really what turned me on to it in the first place. I mean, the grille is there, the chrome is there, all of the stainless down the side is present and actually in pretty darn decent shape, and the body looks great. There are a couple of little rust spots, which some folks have mentioned in the photos or in the videos, but they're minimal, and it's expected stuff for a car of this age. It's been sitting outside its whole damn life. So the first thing that I'm going to do is put some wheels and tires underneath it. I found a set of white walls that are on Facebook Marketplace that I'm going to go grab later on today and put on the car so I can roll it out of the trailer here and have it more mobile, so I can really have some fun with it. So walking around the back of it here, it's kind of tight quarters. Some of the stuff that was mentioned was rust in the tailgate. And yeah, there is a little bit, I'm sure, underneath this filler here. You don't put that stuff there for a reason if there's no dent there, and there's obviously no dent. So there are some areas there that I may or may not attend to. I don't think any of it is structural or really in bad shape, but I think it'll be okay. Now, I did get started. I couldn't help myself this morning. I did a little color sanding on this quarter panel and tried to work my way through some of the gray paint that was applied to it. So you can see right here, this is the gray. There's a lot of it on there. And the whole car was painted that dark gray at one point, but after sitting in the hot desert sun for so long, that is actually baked off, revealing the original paint. And really, it's quite amazing how much of it is there. So it's been cool to kind of sand on that and work it away. So there was a lot of that across this fender edge and down on the quarter panel here. I've managed to work my way through most of that. There's still a little bit more to get on the edge there. These areas here where when that paint job was done, I assume that there were nicks and scratches that they kind of feathered out there. You know, that's kind of a bummer because that's worn through and there's nothing I can do about that except for maybe touch it up. So I'm going to hold off on that and see what the overall look of the car is once I've buffed it up and kind of got it out in there. These little spots might be cool or they might be really unattractive, and it might be nice to try to do some careful paint blending in those areas and then areas where there's been a little bit of body repair. But I love original patina. I like to keep stuff as original as possible. And I also love bringing shit back to life like this. You can see how chalky and dry this paint is, how the gray paint and stuff is faded through and looking nasty. And to go after it with some real fine sandpaper and then the buffer and actually get a shine like this is pretty fantastic. Now, when it shines, you notice there's little dents and stuff in here. I may work out some of that stuff if I can, but overall I'm pretty pleased with the way that that's shining up. So once I get the wheels and tires underneath it and I can roll it on out of here, I can get it out in the sun, I can properly set up some cameras and go after the cleanup of it. I want to pressure wash it, get all the crud and build up out of the windows there. I want to clean the interior out, and I really want to just detail the living crud out of this thing to see how good I can make it look with nothing but elbow grease. Now, one of the things that, or actually a couple of things that have been mentioned by viewers in the comments have been extraordinarily helpful. One of the things that really turned me on to this car was this interior material with the kind of Western cattle brand imprint vinyl. And a couple people have suggested that SMS Fabrics up in the Pacific Northwest has this material, and I've looked on their website and they do. So that's awesome. I may be able to get some of that material to redo this front seat, because I don't think Armor All is going to take care of holes like that. Another thing that was mentioned is the vinyl covered dash. So looking into it, I guess 56 was kind of the first year that Ford offered a padded dash, and they did that as a safety feature. And I guess it was an option on some cars, so it wasn't on all of them. I think the base model cars ended up just getting the basic metal dash. And that makes me question what's underneath this material. Obviously, it is cooked and dried up from the sun and looking quite nasty. But I'm curious, if I peel that off of there, if there's going to be a decent paint finish underneath there, or if it's just going to be a mess. So I might experiment with that, or if somebody that's viewing here has dealt with that, I'd be curious to see what you found. Headliner, obviously, it's a goner. So I'm going to tear all of that out. Just so that I don't have this nasty stuff hanging over my head. And I may or may not do a proper headliner in the thing. I guess it all comes down to the way that everything else comes out. So it might be an opportunity to do something creative and cheap up there, something kind of going with the Western theme. I don't know. I'm just going to play with it. But one of the main things that I've seen pop up in the comments is the value of the vehicle. And I agree, it's not a super valuable car. So my approach to this is really going to be on a budget. I don't want to get buried in this thing. I don't want to spend too much money on it and never be able to get it out. And, well, that's kind of the goal here. And not everybody's got a lot of money to restore a car or wants to go through the effort of doing that. I love guys like Freiberger that have slogans that say, don't get it right, get it running. That's really my goal with this thing. I want to get it up on its wheels, running, driving, and just polish the crud out of it and see what I've got. Sometimes just a little bit of love goes a long way, and you can make a forgotten derelict like this actually look like something that's kind of cool. I am loving seeing that color come back. Big difference between here and here. It's going to be awesome to do the whole darn thing. In any case, that's just kind of the quick update as to what's going on. I've only got a couple of days to play with it this week, and then I'm off on a great cross-country adventure. And I want you guys all to follow along on that. Watch for a video explaining what that's all about here shortly. And when I get back from that trip, then it's wagon time. Until then, thanks so much for watching. Keep on digging them up and driving them. Bye-bye.